Welcome to Call to Serve. This is a program in which we bring to you people chosen by God to do His will and His work. Today we have with us a very special person who has answered God's call and has journeyed as a priest for over 50 years. In this journey, he has also taken up many leadership roles. He has been the principal of the Rajagiri College of Social Sciences and the Rajagiri Engineering College for over 14 years. He's been the director of the college for over 11 years. And he's also been the provincial of the CMI congregation, the Cochin province, for over 9 years. Let's welcome Father Jose Alex Urudayapalli. We welcome you, Father Jose.
Thank you.
Well, we are here at the Rajagiri Hospital. We are in the chapel over here, and you have been very instrumental in starting this hospital. What inspired you to think this big and bring in this concept over here?
I was an instrument to start this hospital as a team member, not I alone. It was an inspiration of some of our members of the province to start a tertiary care hospital. The main intention was we are lacking that thing. We may have a good mission hospitals, and at the same time we thought that we have a tertiary care hospital with the mission spirit, in the sense a corporate sector with mission. That's something, a new idea formed. That means mission means giving entrance to any poor people to our multi-speciality hospitals. With that intention, we started this hospital, because our forefathers had already gained some of the lands which was not utilizing properly. We thought of, and we started to think how to utilize these lands for the benefit of the people. And then we come to know that this is one of the need of our community.
So, Father, you're saying that there are other mission hospitals also. How do you think Rajagiri stands apart as a hospital?
Other mission hospital also is there, that is true. Hospitals like LEC Hospital or LF Hospital. But this is mainly a referral hospital.
Oh, my dear friends, I want to say some words about Father Jose Alex Urudayapalli. When he was the provincial for 3 times, he was constantly compelling the council members to have this hospital a reality. Again and again he compelled Then council members opposed him, saying that we have no money. Then he began to say, we have money. Money is there in the bank. We put the records in the bank, then they will give money. Then constantly some council members agreed, and it was the beginning of this history of this hospital.
Father, through your vocation as a priest itself, you're being able to do a lot of things. So just like I introduced, you've worked in education, you worked in administration, in the hospital now. Could you share a little bit about your vocation story? What inspired you to become a priest?
At the very early age of my life, I was very much strong feeling about to become a priest. I don't know from where I got, but that was a very strong feeling. But I didn't know about to enter for CMA congregation or anything. That's was not my intention. Literally, when I started to study at Tevara school, I thought of joining to the CMA congregation. Accidentally it happens.
Okay. So then you always had this desire to become a priest.
Yes.
Do you think anyway your upbringing or your family was responsible for that?
Yeah, of course, my parents and especially my sisters. I have got 5 sisters, 4 of them are already became nuns.
4 of them are nuns and you are also a priest. So
Yeah, 1 sister and 1 brother at home.
Oh.
Have their vocation for family.
So there's a lot of vocations from the same family. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
So you think that the way your parents have brought you up and their devotions. So while we were talking, you especially mentioned that their devotion to Mother Mary has helped.
Yes, of course. Our parish church is dedicated. It's a pilgrim church. It's a traditional church. So we are actually dedicated. Every child is specially dedicated to our mother.
So you
That's
believe
a custom
yeah.
of our parish. Not only it's coming from other parishes also. Just like even our founder of the CMA congregation, Saint Kuriakos Chavara, he was brought also to this church when he was very young. History tells like that.
Okay, so you've been dedicated to the same church where Saint Chavara has been dedicated. Father, could you share with us the theme that you picked for your ordination?
Yes, that I strongly believe that not only as a theme, but it is my personal life is like that. It's not that my will. God is not I have chosen God, but God has chosen.
Okay.
And that word of Jesus is always. And I used to tell even whenever I take the candidates for priesthood, please, it's not that I am selecting you, Jesus selects you. You be faithful to Him, then you will remain. So that is because if I look back to this one from my classmates or friends, I'm not that good one to select to the priesthood. They are better than me. I know it, but God chosen me that. That's a personal conviction to me.
So, Father, you have taken up a lot of roles at top positions. You worked a lot in administration. So, during these things, were there any challenges that you faced?
Yes, there is. It's not that strong, but opposition is always good to have a good growth and good thinking, to think different dimensions, to listen them and accept them which are good or good for the projects or anything. Whenever the people who are coming with some good ideas, either I will accept it or ask them to do it, encourage them.
Okay, so that's what when we were speaking to others, we heard that especially when you wanted to start the hospital, there was some opposition. But the way you took it on with a very positive attitude has been.
It is always there, no? It is concern. The members' concern, taking such a big project, where we will land it up. The concern is that it's not against me or anything. It is a thing that I feel that it is their great concern to that extent.
It's a very healthy attitude. I hope we all are able to develop such an attitude towards any opposition.
Actually, in the beginning, they will just give different opinion, but later I think they all are supporting, and because of their support, the congregation support, the hospital is running, and it came to this stage.
In fact, we heard this about you, that your willingness to be among the people. So we heard that even when you were the director and principal, there were beggars coming with you into your office. So, Father, what inspires you to be so?
That is concern for others, concern for the poor, concern for the starved people that I got from my mother. So my mother used to tell them, whenever you have nothing, please come. Don't get starving the night. So that's, and I also used to give something whenever my mother is giving, and that gives more happiness to my mind.
That's what, your roots are very strong, and it's truly the attitude of Christ, where he was among the people and living with them.
Father Jos Alex, as everyone knows, is a man of confidence, initiatives, and positive energy. He also puts his confidence into the team members, and he inspires them to take up challenges and to realize their potentials.
Father, when you were sharing with us about the challenges that you faced during the vocation, one of the things you mentioned was how just before your ordination, your mother had a stroke. Could you share with the audience the story about that?
That was a big challenge. 3 months before my ordination, she had a stroke. We thought of, we lost him. But by the prayers, she survived. And not fully, but partially.
So she
Paralyzed one side.
One side has been paralyzed.
That gave courage to all of us. She doesn't know that she had a stroke or anything. She was asking, where do you want to? I came from Bangalore. So then she asked me, where do you want to come over this time? I am preparing for the ordinations, all the arrangements are making.
So this is all when she's in the hospital, she's saying this.
She is studying. So all our children are my brothers and sister, my brother and sister, father, all started to cry.
He's a very nice friend of mine, and of course he has been our superior general for provincial general for 3 times, and then he has been involved in mostly in education. He's a good educationalist, and he inherited those qualities from our former superior Father Francis Sales, and he actually introduced him to social work and all that. He became an excellent social work educator, and he only is instrumental for establishing our social department and the educational departments of the university. He was training students for PhD. About 16 students have taken PhD from him from the Mahatma Gandhi University, and he was also involved in all kinds of board meetings in education with regard to the social service, and he is well educated, and he has been doing this for a long time, and a large number of friends in this area is along with him, and we are very proud to have Father Alex as our friend and as our colleague, and he is a pride of our congregation.
Father, you've been a priest for over 50 years now. Are there any moments that you cherish in these 50 years?
Every day it is it's a bonus for me, because I had a very bad time in my life. I had a cardiac arrest. Yes, now 12 years over. It happened when I was in hospital. But from there, again I got a chance. Recently, when some celebrations were going on here, one of the bishops told it is, you were survived just because God wants to start a hospital here. It was a compliment to that extent, but I feel after that, every day is a bonus. Do some good thing to others. But one thing I am very happy that human relations are the greatest achievement in our life. Jesus has just showed love, and he asked, love as your Father is loving you. So this is our spirituality is not something from the heaven. It's a human relations with actions, with the behavior, accepting them. So I used to accept everybody to the congregation who are coming during my time. I never look after their strength or weakness. I say, if there is a call from Jesus, you will be selected as a priest.
So you encourage anybody who's...
Not I am selecting, it's God selects you. And encourage them and friendly with them, going and playing with them, it's all it is. I don't feel that I am a provincial or I am a superior or anything. I have to be one among them. That is, when I became the first provincial, I pleaded to my fathers, please don't call me provincial. I like to be called Father Alex. And one thing I used to pray to the most sacred heart of Jesus is, oh my Jesus, I won't give any pain to any people, even my words, even my presence. Help me. And if my presence is, our presence, everyone, it should be a grace for others. And they should enjoy our presence.
Father, 50 years of priesthood, I'm sure it wouldn't have been an easy ride. What was the source of your strength, Father?
My strength is always, as I told you, a great love of most sacred heart of Jesus. And that I got from my father, from Father Francis Sades. When after joining the college as a lecturer, after 2-3 months, he was sick. So he was not able to come to the college. And nobody else, I was the youngest one among the staff. So the whole thing, my senior staff members, they all came and said, Father, you take, we will with you. And from there onwards, because I listened to them. And we are taking joints, and it is the same way. During that time, I was staying in the hostel. Nearby that there is a convent, a big convent. It is more than 100 sisters are there. I used to go and say Mass every morning, 6:30 there. From there I get, from the altar, if I want to have something will take place that day, I plead to them, please pray for a special, and they will pray.
Father, could you share with us the vision that you have for the church?
Yes, church also should take all the modern technology in the spirituality, bring it and utilize. Then only the youth are coming, because we have to give challenges for them. And we should not go back to the 2000 years to that. Go ahead. God is given to that kind of strength, also the brain, and all these things should be utilized for the welfare and spiritual life of the human being. If we are happy, then God is happy. Don't think that God is happy, then we are happy. That God wants that happiness and challenges, technology, all these things in our day-to-day life, and it should be available to the ordinary people, not only for the economic basis of rich and poor to that extent.
Technology, you use the latest technology and make it available to.
Then the youth may get a challenge for them to work in that field.
Father, also as the role of priest, how do you think the priests can build the vision of the church?
Priests are leading, encouraging others. Whatever good things if you are seeing, encourage them. So we have to turn it, and leadership taken by the priest. It's not, the priests are not confined to the church alone. Go to the family, go to the community, work with them, live with them, and show the presence of God. It's a big challenge. A priest should be among the people. As Jesus prayed about the disciples, do you know what it is? I'm not asking Father not to take them from here. We keep them here and do good things for them. They had to be with the people. With the people, and among the people, if the leadership of the priesthood are there, they have the God's presence.
So you're making themselves completely available.
Completely available for the people. And then only, that is the leadership. Leadership is not something with administration, with power. No, it should be with the people. Anything if they want, be at near with them.
So I'm sure this attitude of yours, you've taken up so many leadership roles, I'm sure this attitude has helped grow a lot of people.
Yes, there are a lot of people that is, they develop. So otherwise, what happens is, we are asked to develop whatever we want, They may not have that talent. The talent is there, according to their talents, you, develop it, utilize, not for them, for others. That's the guidance we can give them. That is.
Father, could you give a message for the youth who are discerning to be priests now?
Yes. If anybody wants to listen this vocation or call, it should be a big challenge. The challenge is that, yes, it's not, it's a growth of others. human life is, as far as we know, there is only one in this world. We may have a second life. Yes, we are aspiring for that one. So what I feel to say to the youngster, aspire to inspire before you aspire.
Aspire to inspire before you expire.
That's all.
Thank you so much for sharing with us your journey and your thoughts about priesthood today, Father. I'm sure the attitude that you have, I think it's truly the attitude that Christ wants us to have, to love everybody as humbly as we can. I hope your story is an inspiration to many people. Thank you so much, Father.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us today. I hope Father Joseph's story has been an inspiration to you. Let's remember to continue praying for all the priests and religious across the world. We'll be back again with more such inspiring stories of priests in Call to Serve. Until then, God bless.